Hello everyone! With Phase 5 just around the corner, I've decided to put together a guide with different things you can prepare in Classic Phase 4 for the upcoming Phase 5. In Phase 5, a lot of new content will be available, for example a new dungeon, raid, even a new faction, the Shed with Sun, on the Isle of quel'danas. The new raid Sunwell will also be way more difficult compared to Black Temple and Mount Hyjal, and therefore the biggest preparation that you can do is of course to get your best in slot gear in Phase 4. And trust me, having the best in slot gear will be so important. Sunwell will be extremely difficult to do compared to Black Temple and Mount Hyjal, especially early on when there has been no nerf to any of the encounters. One of the biggest preparations you can do right now in order to start raiding Sunwell as fast as possible is to stack up on Badge of Justice. These Badge of Justice you will be able to purchase different items for in Phase 5, because there's going to be new vendors, for example this one, that will sell different weapons, cloth, leather, mail and plate items, but also a few rings. A lot of these items will be extremely important to collect before you start doing Sunwell, so farming badges right now will have a huge impact on how fast you can get into the new raid. At the same time, you will also be able to use your Badge of Justice to buy different epic gems. So if you don't have a lot of gold and you can't afford epic gems, well then you can farm Badge of Justice and turn these into gems. At the same time, if you don't have a lot of gold, then you could always use your Badge of Justice to purchase these gems and sell them on the auction house. But why would you like to have a lot of gold for Phase 5? Well, there's a ton of reasons for this. For example, the new designs, recipes, patterns and schematics, and these have a chance to drop in Sunwell. So having a lot of gold, well then you will also be able to buy these, for example in gold DKP runs, but also on the auction house, because some of these you will be able to sell on the auction house. So having a ton of gold, well then you can buy these right away and craft some of the best items in the game. That's why you also need to make sure that you max out your profession, so you will be able to craft these items. And another big preparation is to make sure that if you need some of these items as your best in slot items, then you need to stack up on the materials to craft these before they're getting more expensive. You might notice that a lot of the new items that you will be able to craft from Sunwell require Sunmote. Sunmote is a new material that will only be able to drop inside this raid. So having a lot of gold will also be important, so you can buy these on the auction house and craft the best in slot gear. The Sunmote has a chance to drop from all the different monsters in the raid, also the different boss encounters. But beside crafting items with the Sunmote, is there anything else that is going to be important with this material? Yeah, there is for sure. As you see here, I'm looting this cloth chest from the boss. It provides a lot of healing, so this chest, well, that's a healing chest piece. But if you have a Sunmote, then you can go back to the boat on Isle of quel'danas, and with a Sunmote and this healing chest, I will be able to hand it in and convert the chest into something new. In this case, a caster chest piece for example Warlock, Mage or Priest. Another thing that you need to prepare, especially if you like to PvP, is going to be Honor and the different BG marks. Having Honor and BG marks will allow you to purchase new PvP items. In Phase 5, Season 4 will be introduced, and when Season 4 is being introduced, then you will also be able to buy Merciless items for Honor. These items used to cost arena points, but that's not the case in Phase 4. So by grinding Honor and BG marks, then you will be able to buy epic items right away in the next phase. Even though some of these items is meant for PvP, then they're still useful in some PvE situations. Also because some of the stats they provide is quite useful even when you're raiding. So make sure to farm Honor, BG marks in Phase 4 so you're ready to purchase these items right away. Also because a new set will be introduced, this is Guardian, and this is going to match the new Season 4 items. You might also notice that some of the Guardian items and Brutal Gladiator items will require you to have a certain amount of raiding. Therefore you need to start practicing Arena right now in Season 3 or well in Phase 4. The more that you practice right now, the easier it will also be for you to climb your rating and claim the items that you need from PvP. Like I mentioned, Brutal Gladiator will also be introduced. This is PvP items that you will be able to buy from arena points. The higher arena rating you have, the more points you will also get every week. And trust me, the PvP weapons will also be useful in Sunwell content. I know these weapons provide resilience, but then again, a lot of the other stats are quite useful in PvE. and some of these weapons even provide more spell damage but also healing compared to any of the tier 6 weapons. So the more arena that you practice right now, the higher rating you'll most likely also get in Season 4, and the more rating, well, the faster you'll be able to buy these weapons. The new dungeon that you will be able to do will provide you with reputation with the Shattered Sun, the new faction on Isle of quel'danas. The good thing about this dungeon is that you will be able to reset it on normal mode and continue to gain reputation with the Shattered Sun, so this is going to be my favorite way in order to get reputation with this and reach Exalted as fast as possible. But on heroic mode it will be quite difficult to do this. Therefore I've also made a guide for this dungeon, together with the quest that you need to do in here in order to unlock heroic mode. You can find this guide in the description below the video. What I highly recommend you to do as well is to try out this dungeon on the PTR right now. You can simply just copy paste a character, for example your current main in Classic, over to this realm. And here you will be able to test out the dungeon, for example with your guild mates or probably just a random party group. Being able to practice this dungeon will have a huge impact on how fast you will be able to reach Exalted and be able to purchase the new epic items from Shattered Sun. Also remember that on the PTR you can just make a fresh level 70 character and go to the different vendors that add in Shattered City. Here you will be able to buy all the gear that you need, so you don't even need to copy paste your character from current Classic. If you're interested in more ways to prepare for Phase 5, but also for the upcoming expansion Wrath of the Lich King Classic, then make sure to check out the channel, or even subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I post a new video. As always, thank you so much for watching and have an amazing day. Peace.